Alrighty, good afternoon, morning, evening, whatever it might be. Got a little progress done. I got the shelf mounted up, the plate on top of it so everything can sit on it. You can kind of see parts cleaner, drill press, bandsaw. I was kind of trying to do it the other way, where the drill press was a little further over here, the bandsaw was over there, and the parts cleaner was over here. But I was worried about drilling oil and bandsaw oil getting near my welder and whatnot. And yes, this is a liquid parts cleaner that has a nozzle and will be cleaning items, but I don't know, I feel more comfortable with this basin versus these two open concept oiling systems. So they're a little bit more over here, and these two don't stick so far out in the walkway as much as that thing does, so I think it works a little bit better. As you can see, I'm starting to figure out what I'm doing with the floor. Got the two floor jacks. I think I'm going to turn these and mount them flat up against the wall and take the handles off, and then, put little handle holders. But I don't know just yet. This 2x2 angle iron right here was surprisingly the exact distance from this trim piece on the exterior part of the wall to the fender well right there. So something tells me that that is supposed to be there. I don't know why it's supposed to be there, but it is. So for now, it's just gonna stick out there until I can figure out what to do with it. I put all these up here. I'm probably gonna have to lift that one up higher because the bandsaw is a flat but also a vertical bandsaw. So I want to be able to lift this up and it kind of nicks the bottom of this. So I'm probably going to have to move that in order to use that as a vertical bandsaw. But yeah, just getting a little progress. These were over on this wall and they were going to go back on that wall until the sandblaster cabinet situation changed. But yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing with this side too much just yet. I mean, I got the tire changer right there, and I got a floor dolly. I think I'll probably change stuff up. One of the reasons why I left gaps, or I tried to leave as much gaps as possible on this side and this side, where the legs come down, and then leaving a gap from here to here. The frame rail of the trailer is just like about an inch or 2 inches off this way. And when I put those bigger axles on, I don't know if the tires are going to be bigger or how things are going to mount up. So I might have to change the fenders, and I just wanted to leave more space. That's why this one doesn't have a leg that comes out in the back and goes down. It's just this front one. So the front legs won't ever be an issue. It's just those back ones might be on that side. But yeah, just getting a little bit of progress. That vise goes up here. It's not there because this isn't mounted, and if I put that up there, it wants to fall forward. So that's why that hasn't been put together yet. Up here, my table is filling up with stuff that I have to find homes for. Got the two mini blades. I picked these up yesterday. The missus wanted to go to Hobby Lobby, and I said if we're going to Hobby Lobby, we got to go to one of my stores, which was Harbor Freight, which turned out to be a bad idea, as always. You go there not to spend money, you're just there to look, and then you spend money. These were on sale. These are normally 170 bucks or 160, but as you can clearly see, they went from 101 to 81 to 65. So, or is that 60? Yeah, 65. So they were on sale, same as this. There's also a bunch of stickers on this too, which is fascinating to see because then you can see, how much they drop. But yeah, those were on sale, and because that was almost $100 cheaper to get those, which they're sheet metal stretchers and sheet metal retractors or shrinker and extenders. I know they have a name, but they were on sale, so I picked them up. But they were on sale, $100 cheaper, so I bought two more things. I mean, both those two things were like $190, but you know, one enables the other. So I got myself a arbor, a 1-ton arbor, and then I got myself another. I mean, I don't own one. That is technically this. I was going to buy this originally before I bought that, but that was on sale. I think those normally run like $800, $900, and I got that for $389. So that's why I picked that up, because it was half the price. This wasn't on sale, but I've always wanted to have one of these, especially for, like, you know, bending flat bar and round bar and that kind of stuff. This one can do flat bar and round bar as well, but it can't do as thick of material, because those are the round bars, and you can put the flat bars pretty close on these sides. You don't want to do it in the middle because it's a lot of tension, so you got to do it on the ends. I think, well, you don't want to do it over here because you might get ribs, but you'll probably do it over here if you want to do flat bar. But this one can do a little bit thicker material than that one can, even though that, yeah, I can go down a rabbit hole on that. But pick this up. I always had this little tiny vise, at least for the past couple of months. Gotta mount that. Gotta mount this somewhere on this table. I gotta mount my bench grinders somewhere on this table. The arbor somewhere on the table. The little 3-inch bench grinder somewhere on the table. These, I don't know if I'm going to mount on the table. I might, but I think I might put these over here to the left and the right of this, or I might just stick it right here. We'll see. But those can be mounted, and I think that's probably a smart idea to get them mounted. So eventually I'll get that done. Table. It is going to be a collapsible table, which means it's going to hinge down when it, like, you know, kind of the way it is right now. It's going to be able to fold up into the cabinet, keep the walkway open, and then when I need it, I can fold it out and use it. This kind of interferes with the table a little bit, so we'll have to see how that works as I build it, but I might end up moving that, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm slowly getting all my tools and whatnot organized and situated. I still got to install the fans. The left side of the trailer, the fan will be fine. The right side of the trailer might be a little iffy. I'll probably have to rearrange the tools, one for the bandsaw, but two for the fan, because the fan might barely fit there. We'll see. But yeah, just getting a little bit of progress done. I gotta move that out of the way because I will smack that handle with my chest and it hurts really, really well. I don't think there's any other updates. I could talk about my future plans. Once I get, or more future plans, I gotta get those fans installed, and then I still gotta permanently mount the bandsaw, the Joe press, and this. But once I get those done and the fans, I'm going to flip the trailer around, put the truck back in the garage so I can start working on that. But when it's flipped around and the engine hoist, or not engine hoist, but the gantry crane, which is still existing, it's just not finished and sitting over here. After I get the trailer flipped, I'll work a little bit more on the gantry crane and get that done. But when that's up and running, I'm going to put the generator on the tongue, because the tongue will be right here where the door is. So I'll put the generator on the tongue, the fuel tank, and one of the air tanks. I do have airbags on my truck, so it'd be nice to be able to fill them up. I'll probably put a one-way check valve, so the front tank always has pressure when the tank is running, and then if there's an air leak somewhere in the system, it doesn't drain that tank. It's more of an emergency thing. I don't oftenly change the pressure in my airbags, but it'd be nice. So yeah, we'll get that installed. I'll run one of these airline hoses from the back of the trailer to the front, get it all hooked up. So yeah, the gas tank, one of those, the generator go up all on the front. I have these feeling ladders. I might turn that into a mobile bench or table that I can roll in and out of the back of the trailer if I want to. I have some extra caster wheels laying around. I think I got them from when I worked at Home Depot. They were throwing them away, so I grabbed them. They were perfectly fine. They were just tossing them. Don't know why. But yeah, pretty much it. I do own an aircraft tug. It is a project for a different day, and I can ramble about that for hours. It's a 1940s, 1950s era aircraft tug. But yeah, I think that's it.